is a gimmick. You know what
Now,
I'm saying?
how was your experience? Because I remember Disco was there too when you first came into TNA, which you brought a whole bunch of juggalos. They were kind of violent. They were fighting in the stands and shit. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, dude. That's where I think we had one of our best matches. I watched it the other day for the first time since then. And it was me and Joey versus Glenn and Kid Cash. And what was cool was it was like they called it like a carnival funhouse match or something. So
Right.
there was no tags, you know. And I couldn't believe because I always blow up, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, with the quickness. And I was like, damn, I'm looking at that and I'm like, I don't know how I lasted that match, you know what I mean? But
Well,
you
'cause I
guys
used to
gave
do,
us a
I like
great
to take all the
match.
right. We used to because we take a lot of bumps for it. You know, like we did a lot of work. The funny
Yeah.
thing about that was a funny angle. Because you remember the
With
angle
David
was
Young
like,
afraid of the
yeah,
clowns.
David was afraid of the
Yeah,
clowns.
that was great.
We had some
That was
really
cool.
good vignettes to build up to that. So it was I enjoyed it, man. I was like, you know, it was
Yeah,
funny.
no, you guys took care of us on that, and I think that might be like the, like I'm looking back, you know, recently, and I'm like, man, that was a good match, you know what I'm saying? Like that might have been our best match, you know what I mean?
Let me ask
And
you
what
this,
was, yeah,
Bun.
it was.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, well, another thing that was bizarre about it is me being the fat guy. Usually, I get the hat tag. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we didn't do it that way. You guys gave me all the heat, and then Joey got the hot tag. You know what I mean? It just was different than any way we normally ever set up a match. You know what I mean? You guys really took care of us, man.
Now, both of us being huge hip hop fans, right? And you've brought in so many people from 3 6 Mafia to MC Hammer to Ice Cube to like everybody, bro. Um, who? What was the biggest mark out moment for you, or two or three of somebody that you actually met?
Cube, Ice Cube.
Cube.
He's my hero. He's my favorite rapper of all time. You know. And when he came to play the Gathering, he was in his bus, and they just pulled the bus right to the back of the stage. You know, they were about to come out there and go right up the steps. And I said, "Can I talk to him?" And they went in, and some guy came back out, and he was like, "No."
Wow.
And I
So
was
you're
like,
paying him to perform, and wouldn't even talk to
hey,
you.
I didn't care. I was happy he
That's
was rocking the
weird.
Gathering. You know,
That's weird. Yeah.
So then I said, well, I just wanted to give him a heads up on a couple of things, you know,
Right.
because people go up there, and when you hear 10,000 people going whoop whoop, it can
Right.
sound like they're booing.
Right. If you've never
You know what
heard
I'm
it
saying?
before. Yeah.
Yeah, and wrestling commentators comment on that all the time. I wonder why they're booing, you know.
Right.
All right.
You know, they're going whoop whoop, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wanted to tell them that, and I wanted to tell them where they're at, because why the reason these legends and heroes get booed off is because if the Gathering is an hour outside of Cleveland that year, right, in the middle of nowhere, people come from all over the country to the Gathering, all over the world.
Yeah.
So if the rapper's up there in between every song, he's like, Cleveland, Cleveland, it's obvious he don't know what the fuck he's playing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that nothing will irk a juggalo quicker than when this guy is playing something that's so special to them. This isn't just another concert, you know,
Right.
to the juggalos, you know, and so they want to be addressed as juggalo, you know what I mean? And so anyway, I wanted to tell all that to Cube. I wanted to say, you know, they go whoop whoop and they chant family, and that means if they chant that means they're accepting you. You're one of them. You know what I mean? And what else did I tell them? Oh, I said, listen, they throw shit, but
Right.
they're not throwing it at you. If they want to hit you, they'll hit you. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
It's just the chaos of the show, you know? You'll notice a big gulp flying 10 feet over your head. They're not trying to hit you.
Right.
You'll notice if you look around, there's big gulps flying everywhere on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It's not just at you, you know? And so when I told Cube that, the coolest thing was, oh, and he let me on, and I told him all that, you know? It was Cube and Dub C standing there dressed all in black, you know?
Oh shit.
I was like, oh my God, you know, I just said, what's up, Dub C? It's an honor. And I was like, Cube, it's an honor. Then I got right to business and started telling them, you know what I mean?
Right.
And what was cool is they went out there and used every bit of advice I gave them.
Wow.
Like right away, they're like, what's up, motherfucking family? You know what I'm saying? They took everything and he killed it. And Cube came back 2 years later. And listen to this. Before Cube came that first time, we were trying to get him on an album, right? We offered him $100,000 to do a verse, 16
Right.
bars. 100 grand. He said no. After he came back to the gathering the second time, he did it for free.
Wow.
Yo, that's real shit right there. That's cool.
Shit.
That's fucking cool as
That's
fuck.
like the
Fuck yeah.
coolest thing I could ever brag about in my life.
I want to get your take on this because you rap.
Plus, Cube's my top 3 of all time. And not only that, bro, because I lived in California, so you can't imagine how crazy this was. Because you're listening to guys that are not singing rap like other people, and they're not dressing like other people. Because everybody at that time, if you remember, they were into the cross colors and the FUBU and all that. They were just either white T-shirts with black pants or the black Dickies with the LA, bro. That everybody in California was rocking that, bro. And I thought him, and I liked Eazy-E, even though he wasn't as good as Ice Cube. I just liked his voice because he
His
sounded
voice
like a
was so
young
unique,
kid,
man.
right? Yeah.
I want to get your take on this because you're in hip hop. You're in the community, bro. What's your take on where the diss rap has gotten these days? Has it gotten to like, I see the message, but like, then you got guys like driving by guys' house and trying to shoot things and
Yeah,
stuff.
of course, that shit that shit is maniac. I mean, like, okay, there's rappers out there. Like, rappers always wear their record label logo. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is our Psychopathic Records.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And rappers always wear. Man, rappers are like fans too. When they see a rapper they don't like or something, they'll start videotaping and they'll beat his ass and snatch his chain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man, this is music, motherfuckers. You know?
Can I give you my thought on that, Joe? Because I'm very opinionated on this, and I want to see what you
Me
think.
too.
Here's
Yes,
a problem.
please.
Here's a problem. In today's, especially gangster rap or drill rap, okay, especially like from Chicago, because these motherfuckers are killing people. Then right after videotaping, saying, "I just
Rapping
killed
about
this
it.
fool," right, bro? Like that, and to that genre of listeners, the only way you keep your credibility is to still be on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So all these guys are still on the streets. They're still doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it really becomes dangerous. Because, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want none of that static.
Right.
Straight up. Man, I'm telling motherfuckers quick, look, I got a bad heart. Don't kick
Right.
my ass.
Right. No, but you're an older dude. These are young cats. You know, like
That's
King
what I'm
Von
saying. I
got
don't want
killed
none
in
of that
Chicago.
static. Man, take the
Yeah,
chain.
these guys, bro,
With
they've
the-
taken it to another level, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's just the fact that it's gotten somehow in the name of music is insanity to me.
Like, bro, have you heard NBA Youngboy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
He
aware
ain't
of-
afraid. He don't give a fuck.
There's a rap
Kodak
serial
Black.
killers.
Yeah,
There used to be a rapper that killed somebody.
yeah,
These motherfuckers are serial killers.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Then it's like known to the public before it's known by the police.
Yep.
Like the whole it's like, yeah, he's a serial killer. And I'm like, what? And it's true, you know what I'm saying?
That's real shit.
How's everybody aware this motherfucker's out here serial killing and he's still doing concerts? Like,
Because people like that. That to them, he's real. You know what I'm saying? He ain't a studio gangster. He ain't a, you know what I'm saying? Like this guy's really, about that life.
yeah, and there's too many people like that, you know. Listen, I used to think dissing in raps was kind of dope because
Because it was part of
Part of
rap. Yeah.
It was unique, you know,
Yeah.
because people used to diss each other in freestyle battles, and afterward they would hug and go home. Or
Right.
at the worst, they would be a little salty and then be all right in the morning, you know.
Right.
But pulling guns out and murdering motherfuckers over songs and
Talking about it on fucking IG.
putting
That's
hits
bro.
out of motherfucker in
Yeah.
the lyrics,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying?
And it's like, they're like, what if you guys make too much money to be doing this shit? It's like,
Just
that's
so
what everyone's like.
moronic. It's
Right.
so incredibly moronic. You look at these young, handsome, rich motherfuckers going to prison.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you're 22. All that pussy you'd have been fucking for the rest of your life. And you just did this to be tough. You're already rich. You're already killing it. What else do you got to gain besides a prison rap sentence? You know, like I don't understand how people can throw their lives away and have so little value for anybody else's fucking life over rap. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
to use murder behind rap and for it to be a normal thing. Look at the tragedy with Pac and Biggie, right? Look at the tragedy.
That was brutal, bro.
Look
We
at
lost
how
two of the
many
best.
it's been
They were like
since then, though,
25.
Conan.
They were like
How many it's
25.
been since then?
Yeah.
It's normal now in Chicago, especially.
Yep. Chicago was really bad. Yep.
Man, I don't want that part of hip hop. I don't want nobody beating me down and snatching my chain, man. I ain't trying to be tough like that. Look, I'm about entertainment. I ain't
Right.
trying to keep it real. We
Right.
don't live in a real world all the fucking time.
Right.
I'm
Right.
just an entertainer, man. I'm a clown. Don't come beat my ass and snatch my chain. You can have it.
Let me ask you this question. What was it like, bro? Because when they come at you, you've got to be thinking, fuck, they could really fuck up our career. Or were you thinking, you know what? Fuck them. We're going to make a stance when the FBI came after you.
That's scary as fuck.
That's what I was saying.
First, you know, we didn't know how to address it, so we tried to sue the FBI 4 times. You know, they put us on that, in 2011, they put us on the National Gang Assessment List.
Right.
Top 10 gangs in the country with
Right.
the Aryan
Top
Brotherhood.
10?
Yeah.
Top 10.
Yes.
With the Aryan Brotherhood, the MS-13.
You guys are like,
Yes. Yes.
Like,
Right.
I met these guys.
This has never happened in music
Right.
history, bro.
Yeah.
They put juggalos, our fan base, and I'm gonna tell you how they do it. Here's how they do it. Just go when there's a rural town, like somewhere out in Mountain, Montana, if there's 50 kids hanging out in a park and they're all wearing the same thing and they're all wearing this shit, if the police say that's a gang in their city, they get extra money to combat those gangs. Now, I don't know if those monies go to liners for their police cruisers to sit their fat ass on, or maybe new billy clubs or what, but they get extra funding from the government to combat that alleged gang in their city. So what you have is all these rural neighborhoods all across America being like, we got them too. We got them too. You know what I mean? They're out here too, the juggalos. It's ridiculous. It's all over money. A book came out called Juggalo, written by a crime writer named Steve Miller, not the singer. And I couldn't even finish it. I was getting a panic attack reading that motherfucker, man. Like, there are juggalos, ex-juggalos, or juggalo traders, or whatever you want to call them, whose profession it is or was then to fly around and give seminars to police agencies about juggalo detection. Like, this is their logo. This is another one of their logos. This is, you know, so that you can identify juggalos. And here's how it fucks up when you're on that gang list. Here's how it matters, okay? We thought it was cool at first. We're like,
Right.
oh yeah, we're a gang. That's funny as fuck. No. Listen, if you're fighting for custody with your ex, her or his attorney can be like, Your Honor, this person is a gang member in the eyes of the government, and they're not lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're getting popped for a little bit of coke or something, and you're getting sentenced, you're not just getting sentenced for your blow. You're getting sentenced as a gang member. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in that database. This is affecting lives, man. And that's when it became a problem. So we started, and also like Spencer's and all that shit, Hot Topics, all our merchandise became gang apparel instantly. It just got sucked right out of stores.
Oh my God.
You know, the insurance on our concerts went up because now they're gang rallies. Nobody wants to book a fucking gang rally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It affected so much. We tried to sue the FBI 4 times. It didn't work. Got thrown out all 4 times. We even had the ACLU on our side. So finally, we were like, fuck it. It was 2017, and we did a march on Washington. And people are like, that's nothing but a publicity stunt. What is a march? That's exactly what a march is.
Right.
To stand up for something and say, hey, we want everybody's attention to say something. You know what I mean? And we just wanted the world to know, or America to know, that juggalos are not okay with being a gang. Because if we don't do anything, if we didn't march, or we didn't try to sue them, we might as well be a fucking gang.
Right.
And just lay there and take it, you know?
Now, did they ever take you off the list?
No, the thing was, 2011 is the only year that list ever came out.
Right. So
they
you might
never
still
made
be
it
on it
public
and you don't know?
again. We don't know. But,
Right.
you know.
Have they
but-
still
but-
been fucking with you since then, or no?
No, well, see, after we did that tour, I mean, after we did the march, we did so much press on that tour that we feel like it was mission accomplishment. First of all, we had no idea how many people were coming to the march. We drew 4,000, man.
Right.
We didn't even know at the time how expensive hotels were in DC. You know what I mean?
Right.
We didn't know any of that.
Right.
And we played in front of the Lincoln Monument that night, you know, doing a concert.
How sweet
They
is
told
that?
us not to swear. We opened the show with "Fuck the World." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, we feel like it was mission accomplished because so many people talked about it and wrote about it. Us in the Juggalos saying, "Yo, we're not a fucking gang," and that's all we wanted to know. So we're still not in Hot Topics and Spencer's, but things have gradually. We still can't book a gathering on the West Coast because that's where it's not
Really?
in every state, but it's worse than the West Coast. You know.
Wow.
So we
Because
can't
of so
get a
much
gathering
gang
over there.
activity.
The closest we got was Oklahoma.
Wow. So, but that's the one where
Let's cut him off at the pass at the Midwest.
that's the one where KG was your spokesman, right? At the Washington D.C. thing.
He was among spokesmen.
Okay, Joe, do you have that clip that I asked you to put together for
Yeah, well,
Violent J?
I sent Jay the rehash because instead of a clip, dude, it was like 30 minutes of just KG getting buried.
Did you ever hear this?
No.
Bro, please listen to it. You will laugh your ass off. You will laugh. I guarantee you will laugh your ass off, and I want you to tell me what you think of it when I see you in TJ. It's very funny. Yeah, he gets emasculated publicly.
Man, that's so strange, man. That guy, you know what happened?
What happened?
I used to
Let
love
the
him.
people
you know
know.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like he just began to change, you know. And really, all we wanted was him to acknowledge it, because we're like, yo, all these wrestlers are mad at you. You know, they're all saying the same thing. You're screaming at them and stuff. You know, are you going through something, bro? Are you going through something? And he was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And we're like, man, the whole locker room hates you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't always like this, Kev. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
What's
let me tell you
going
how
on?
much heat. Let me tell you how much heat he has. This show's been around for 7.5 years, right?
Yeah.
People to this day, because we have a thing called mailbag where they ask a question. People to this day at the end will put "P.S. KG sucks" or "eat a dick" or some shit like that. Yeah.
It's been 8 years going on, and actually KG's been off the show for 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still bury him
It's just
because he
kinda
was such
funny,
a.
right?
yeah.
You wouldn't understand like why people are not like it's like, dude, because it's what you're saying. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
I feel like a darkness crept into him, man. Like
Yeah.
I feel
He
like
would
he got angry. I have my own theory on it, actually.
Kick it.
Well, you know, like he told me one time, he's a great commentator.
Right.
You know, we used to use him on commentary.
Right.
And he was funny and he was good at it, you know, very good at it. And he told me his dream was to be in the WWE doing commentary, you know.
Right.
Right.
And I said, well, have you put the tapes together and everything? I remember I was painting up in a bus in California, just me and him in the bus. And he's like, no. And I'm like, you never sent him nothing? And he said, no. And I just turned around and looked at him like, what? What? What do you think they're going to do? Like, what? You're not making an attempt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not just going to come get you. Like, send them your stuff. Show them you're hungry. Like, anyway, but this is my theory. Why he started to change, I think. I felt like he's angry that he never got that shot.
I would agree
Because
with that.
year after year, man, I felt like he was sliding into this different person with anger in him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I remember that conversation and how he actually thought he didn't have to put any effort. They would just come to him. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And I'm like, you really never in your life put a compilation together? And he's like, well, what should I send him? And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? There's fucking 35 hours of you doing commentary. You've been doing
Right.
all our tours, you know? Like, I don't know. You figure that out.
So on the show, Joe, I would go off on him, right? And I would call him like a limp dick bucket head because he had a big head, aardvark looking motherfucker. And then I go, I would say 47-year-old. And he would write me back. He'd go, please don't say my age on the air because WWE isn't going to hire me. I go, motherfucker, Jerry Lawler's older. Lawler's older than you. Okay. Talent is talent. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
But they're not going to hire you because, number one, you're making zero effort. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They don't know you're there. You know,
Right.
I just
1000%.
couldn't believe it. Like he was salty that they never signed him. That's my theory. He's salty. They never
I would
signed
agree
him. And
with that.
now it's gone into a whole, resentment for younger maybe people. I
Right.
don't know, but I just stay away from him. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So do we. Boom. So, hey, you're coming to Tijuana to WrestleMania. Okay.
That's right.
You're going
Triple
out.
Mania.
Triple Mania. My bad. You're going out with your boy Mecca, right?
Yeah.
Mecca Wolf, and hopefully, we'll do something with you and what are the clown's name again?
Oh, the Brothers of Fun Structure.
The brother of Punk
Yabo
Structure,
and
who I think
Rufo.
are great. Yeah. And hopefully do some stuff in
But you
TJ.
guys got clowns. You guys got clowns.
Yeah, but that's a good feud. We're the
Oh,
real
you're
clowns
right.
against you guys are just fucking some bitch ass marks or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Beat them up somewhere, leave them laying, and off we go. You know what
you
I'm
know what
saying?
I'm doing right from Tijuana?
What?
I'm going to Texas
Right?
to spend 3 days because this guy has Sasquatch on his property disco. He
That's
does.
funny.
He lives
Right.
in the swamplands, and we got to get on a little boat and go 2 miles up a thin creek into the swamps. And there's a piece of land, and we're gonna camp on that land for 3 days, and that's where they're at. He said if we wait by the rear of his property, there's a little one that comes around and it's curious. You know what I mean? But
Now,
he
why
said,
would you believe this guy?
well, I looked him in the eyes. Sometimes, brother, you just got to use that judgment. You know what I'm saying? What else can you do?
What if
And
Sasquatch goes wild and kills both of you?
I'll tell you this: the life I've lived,
Yeah.
having my head
That's a
ripped
good
off by
he- that's a good
Sasquatch would
ending
be a
for you.
dope way to die.
And the last interview you did was on this show. Right.
But no, what I'm gonna do, brother Conan, is
Yeah.
I'm gonna dart it
Right?
and I'm gonna train it and bring it to AAA for you, brother.
Nah, you can have that. I don't want this motherfucker like in the King Kong movie where they had him chained up and he fucking, got loose
Come on,
and just.
that's money, man.
just
We just
fucking
gotta train it to
terrible.
wrestle.
We'll talk about it in TJ. But hey, my friend. So are you still rapping with Shaggy Two Dope?
Of course, I saw him
Okay,
today.
yeah, because I don't see you guys that much together anymore. Like I don't even. Well, not that I, look for
we
you
don't
guys.
tour as much. We don't tour anymore, but like he just got off his solo tour. I did 2 solo tours in the last 4 months, I believe, with
Right.
2 other friends of mine. But man, we just do our annual events, the Gathering, Hollow Wicked, Big Baller Christmas Party, Juggalo Weekend, and we do festivals every year. Like 3 or 4 festivals. But we don't want to. Oh, we're doing one more farewell tour next year. Going around
That's
the
it?
world. Yeah,
That's
one
it.
more.
After next year, will you
Yeah,
be
as
coming
far
to
as
San
touring-
Diego, or
as
do you
far
know?
as touring, but we're always gonna play. We're always getting
Yeah.
some shows. We don't need to get in a bus and pound the pavement like that no more, man.
Let me know if you come to San Diego. I'd like to come check you out.
Absolutely, brother.
This guy's in Vegas disco. So if you go there,
You're gonna come. Hey, you guys know JCW? What we're doing with JCW? We got fucking 64 shows booked.
no.
You really?
Routed. Yeah, we're doing 2 tours. We're doing a 25 city tour at the end of August and 3 weeks into September. And then in October, we're doing a 6 city tour, the last 6 days of up till Halloween. And then, well, actually, depending on how the first 25 city tour and the Halloween tour go, we're planning on doing a second tour in November into December, unless for some reason the first one's a disaster. But we haven't had any disasters on our JCW tours yet.
Yeah,
what
you
I
guys
mean?
know how to market yourself, so that's the main thing. So I was like, I
You're-
was so impressed when I
you
went
talk
to your warehouse. I was like,
Dude, when you talk DIY, that's ICP.
Yeah, that's the thing. For a lot of promoters, it's got to be tough to do a wrestling tour, but we've been a touring machine our whole career, and we have agencies that get the venues and get the hotels and we have agencies that do all that and take their piece. So it's not really as big of an endeavor for us to tour like that as it may sound. You know what I mean? Because we have these routes carved out. We've been taking these tunnels for years.
All right, my friend. Tell people where they can find you if you want to plug any projects or anything.
Yeah, violentj.icp on Instagram. Everybody hit me up on Insta, man. ViolentJ.ICP. I got the blue check, man.
You're not on Twitter?
No.
Okay.
all I actually
just
do
IG.
is Instagram, yeah.
All right. So
I
check
love
out
you
our
guys, man.
yeah, us too. Check this guy out. I'll see you in TJ, my friend. And thank you very much for being on, keeping it 100. Boom.
Thank you. Whoop, whoop.
Good talking to you, my
Whoop,
friend.
whoop.
Thank
Thanks,
Be
man.
cool, my
Thank you.
friend.
Good seeing you, brother.
you.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.